There are moments when the entertainment world is no longer just about the stage, the glitz and glamour, or the works being released. There are moments that touch the heart more deeply, uniting audiences and fans around the world in a shared feeling, emotion, happiness, and awe. That's what happened when Zhang Yuki and Wenjun finally admitted their love for each other. It wasn't just rumors flying around. It wasn't just fan service or speculation. For the first time, the words actually came out of their own mouths. Honestly, sincerely, with emotions that could no longer be hidden. And at that moment, everyone knew their love was real. This story didn't start with a confession. In fact, for a long time, fans had picked up on many little signs that made them suspect there was something more between Yuki and Wenjun. They were often seen sharing unusual smiles. There were glances that were too warm for mere friends, small gestures, like fixing each other's hair, secretly gazing at each other behind the stage, or laughing with just a wink, that made fans' hearts flutter. But every time they were asked, their answers were always ambiguous. Sometimes it was just a smile, sometimes just a small laugh. It was as if they were protecting something. Fans wondered, is this just friendship? Or is it hidden love? Until finally, that day came. A moment that no one expected would become so historic. Yuki, with a trembling voice and teary eyes, said softly but meaningfully, "All this time, I just wanted to be honest. I can no longer hide that Wenjun is someone very important to me." Simple words, but heavy. Words that shook not only the room, but also the hearts of thousands of fans who heard them directly. And as if not wanting to make anyone wait any longer, Wenjun reinforced it with his signature smile. He answered softly, yet firmly, "Me too." This love didn't appear suddenly, but grew slowly. And I don't want to hide it anymore. It was as if the world had stopped. Those two sentences became a new chapter in their journey. There was something special about the way they expressed their love. There was no excessive drama, no grand stage designed just for sensation. It was precisely its simplicity that made it so precious. Yuki's gaze was full of gratitude. Wenjun's smile radiated warmth. No flowers, no background music, just two hearts that finally chose to be honest. For them, love was not just a word, but courage. The courage to say what they had felt for a long time, even though they knew the consequences would not be easy. The confession was like a poem written without ink, only with the vibrations of a heart. The words they spoke may have sounded simple, but behind them was a long journey. Nights full of doubt, whispered feelings that were held back, until they finally exploded in honesty. That's why every syllable that came out felt like a thump that shook the soul. The love in their words also implies a sincerity that is difficult to find in the world of entertainment, which is full of masks. They do not make grandiose promises, nor do they spout sweet words for the sake of image. It is precisely their innocent honesty that makes everyone believe. This is not a charade. This is a heart that truly chooses each other. And what is most touching is how those words are spoken not only to each other, but also to the world. They know all eyes are watching, all ears are listening. Yet, instead of feeling afraid, they choose to make those words a testament that their love is worthy of celebration, not concealment. As soon as the announcement spread, social media exploded. Their names immediately trended on various platforms. Thousands of comments appeared, full of emotion and love. "I'm crying. Their love is too beautiful to put into words. Finally, they did it. I'm so proud and happy." This isn't just a normal announcement. This is a real love story. Fans who had been supporting them felt relieved, as if the secret they had kept together had finally been revealed. Many wrote long letters on social media, made videos full of their sweet moments, and some even drew fan art to celebrate this confession. For fans, this moment is not just about the love between two people, but also a victory for honesty. Why is this story so touching? Because Yuki and Wenjun didn't rush things. They never used their relationship as a promotional tool or strategy. Instead, they let their love grow naturally, nurturing it carefully until they finally felt ready to reveal it. They knew that the entertainment world can be cruel to couples who choose to be honest. Many celebrity love stories have fallen apart due to public pressure. But this announcement proves one thing: they chose to face the world together. After the announcement, fans began to realize that many moments that once seemed ordinary were actually pieces of their love puzzle. The way Wenjun always made sure Yuki didn't get cold during night shoots. Yuki's attentive gaze every time Wenjun spoke in public. The smile they couldn't hide whenever they were in the same room. All those details now felt clear. All the pieces of the puzzle finally fit together. It didn't take long for the news of their confession to become headlines in various entertainment media. Articles, photos, and video clips of the moment spread everywhere. Some media outlets wrote, "True love in the entertainment world. Zhang Yuki and Bai Wenjun finally confess." Others added, "Courage in words, a love story no longer hidden." And the most beautiful thing was how the world responded. There was no ridicule, no harsh criticism, only support, prayers, and hopes that their love would last. For Yuki and Wenjun, this confession is not just words. It is a promise to stay together, no matter what happens. A promise to face a world that is sometimes full of gossip and pressure. And a promise to keep this love sincere, warm, and real. That is why their confession feels so profound. Because their love is not just for themselves, but also for everyone who believes that true love still exists. In the end, this story is not just about two celebrities falling in love. It is a story about courage, honesty, and the power of love itself. When Zhang Yuki and Bai Wenjun finally spoke the truth, they didn't just change their own lives. They also gave new hope to everyone who heard them. That love, even when it must often be hidden, will always find a way to be spoken. And when that love is finally expressed in words, it becomes something eternal.